Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the conversion of light energy to chemical energy that is stored into sugars and other organic compounds. It occurs in plants, algae, and certain prokaryotes. So as you can see here, my crude drawing of photosynthesis, I have a plant here with the leaves. The leaves are the main place where photosynthesis happens. They have little mouths called stomatas, which help let in the carbon dioxide and let out oxygen. And if we break down the leaves into a smaller part here, you can see my mesencyl cell. The mesencyl cell has all the organelles, the membrane-bound organelles for a eukaryotic plant cell, but they also have chloroplasts, many chloroplasts in them. So if you break down the chloroplast here, I have it right here shown, you can see that a chloroplast is a membrane-bound organelle that is made of granium, which are these multiple pancake stacks together. But if you break down each one, they're called thylakoids. Now, thylakoids are pretty important because that is where our first part of photosynthesis happens. So if we go down here, I have the first reaction, which is the light-dependent reaction. The light-dependent reaction is the photo part of photosynthesis, and it occurs in the thylakoids. It's a pretty fast process, and the light energy is converted into the chemical energy in this part. So it's broken down into two systems, but during these systems, we have our reactants, which is our sunlight, and our water. Now our water gets into there and it breaks off, and that's where we get oxygen, because oxygen is a product of this part. Now the water is broken up and we get our two H+ molecules, and they get excited from the sunlight energy that is also brought in. They move down the electron transport chain. During that process, they also create a certain gradient, which causes ATP to be made, along with our NADPH, which picks up the extra electron carrier molecules. That's our little shuttle. And that's what leads to our next part. We have the light-independent reaction, which is aka the Calvin cycle. Now the Calvin cycle, it takes part in the stroma, which we haven't talked about yet. The stroma is this part in here in the chloroplast, the yellow part, like the jelly part substance. And this is also the synthase part of photosynthesis. It's a pretty slow process. It has to go around, and this is also where our carbon dioxide comes in. Carbon dioxide comes in, goes through carbon fixation. We go through our reduction, our output of our sugars, along with our regeneration of the certain things we need, which also brings back to our NADPH, our NADP plus and our ADP, which go back and help the light-dependent reaction. But after the Calvin cycle makes its many turns to create one sugar, we get our G3P, which is our sugar molecule. And that is also one of our products of photosynthesis. So after all this goes down, I have our formula here of photosynthesis. It's our photon of light, the energy, plus our 6 carbon, plus our 6 water, equals our sugar and our 6 oxygen as a product. So this is my breakdown of photosynthesis. I hope you liked it, and thank you.